What is good, YouTube? Warstu here with a video on Marvel's Thunderbolts, aka the Dark Avengers, which is Marvel Studios, the MCU's next movie, which is coming out May the 2nd. We are literally weeks away. Tickets have already gone on sale here in the United Kingdom, which means they're on sale worldwide. Now, this is one of the few movies that has no negativity around it. No toxicity around, no bad test screenings that I can find anywhere. Trust me, I've even looked for them. So, what is good, YouTube? Wish you here if you are new around and make subscribe to never miss any of the Marvel DC Kaiju, much diverse pop culture based content. And I try to deliver on a daily basis. Good, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. Really does help the channel grow. Let me know down below, how freaking excited are you for this movie? Because this movie looks freaking rad. We get Sentry, we get the Void. It looks insane. Also, if you could, check us out on Instagram at Warstu to see the beautiful face behind the beautiful voice. Really would appreciate it if you could follow me on Instagram. Also, I have a channel over there on Instagram where I can post stuff that I'm not allowed to post stuff on here. For example, previously I posted something at Godzilla X Kong the Empire, which came out to be true. Posted a bunch of stuff for Deadpool and Wolverine. Basically, on YouTube, you're not allowed to post. You've got to be careful what you post on YouTube when it comes to videos and images. So there is a channel over there, which I tend to post stuff over there. And also, you can see the beautiful face, find the beautiful voice. Also, check us out on Twitter, WarstuG. Right, let's go into it. So, Thunderbolts test screening reportedly suggests it will rank amongst Marvel's best movies. Now, that is really positive. Yo, Warstu, you're chill. No, I'm not. Just literally, there is no bad test screening for... I've tried. There is no bad test screening for this movie anywhere. It's only positive. Now, if because it's test screening info, right? When I've been to test screenings, right? You got to sign an NDA, right? You're not publicly allowed to talk about stuff when you go to a test screening, right? This is why when the fake scoopers come out and say, yeah, I've got a scoop, talking to someone that went to a test screening isn't particularly a scoop, is it? No. So yes, this one comes from Reddit, but lads and ladettes, let me remind you, Thor Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever, Ant-Man 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, they all had the most realistic plot leaks, the most realistic test screenings from that. Not from these fake-ass scoopers, from Reddit. Reddit is more credible than pretty much 99.9% recurring of the stuff you read on Twitter. So the person that posted this, he's not necessarily spoiling anything. We'll do that later in this video. But he's giving you a very good indication of what he thought. I attended a test screening of this near Burbank about 6 weeks ago. I won't say too much, but I think if you're feeling jaded by the cape shit genre, because they're all feeling the same, I would check this out. The journey it takes the characters on is actually interesting. The team dynamic is great, not unlike Guardians of the Galaxy. The way the Sentry stroke the Void is executed into the story is really interesting. I expect this one to leg out into the following weeks after it drops. I see the Rotten Tomato being above 90% for critics and audience, of course. I could be wrong, but the audience I was with seemed to love it and couldn't stop talking about it highly after the screening. Now, of course, you're going to probably test his credibility. But let's be honest, lads, whenever there's a negative test screening, you instantly believe it. And whenever a fake scooper comes out and says something, you instantly believe it. So this could be literally anyone, right? But I'm inclined to believe it because there's been no negative test screenings about this movie. To the point where they're putting everyone minus one character into Avengers Doomsday. So it's been dubbed as Marvel's Suicide Squad. Now, not James Gunn's Suicide Squad, Marvel's Suicide Squad. What do I mean? Well, James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie lost money massively financially, whereas the studio Warner Bros. Version, produced by David Ayer, actually made a lot of money. So if it could match that and do it in the region of $700 million, that would be a massive dub. Why? Because there's not, I mean, sure, Florence Pugh and David Harper and okay, actually, thinking about it, there are some pretty big actors in this. But this isn't it's not a massive budget movie, relatively speaking. And if you've seen the most recent trailer, in fact, multiple trailers, they are going absolutely ham. The Void He's literally killing people instantly. And there's a scene in the trailer where the Red Guardian screams like, no. It's not because anyone's died. It's because Yelana's just gone into the void. Now, this movie does look pretty damn insane. In fact, I'm more highly anticipated for this movie. And I know y'all are going to be like, yeah, you're capping. No, I'm not capping. I'm being serious. I'm more highly anticipated for this movie than I am for the July month, which everyone's like being over hyperbolic about. I'm more hyped about this than the July movies. This movie looks absolute freaking hype. So, now, careful for spoilers. So, I read this on Twitter. So, the boy of the Geekcast said this. Rumor I'm hearing in the third act is Sentry versus the Void. But I guess we will see how true this is. Heard a while back the team was going to help Bob overcome the void inside the void so they could add more details to it. It is hard to tell what's real and what's not with all the fake rumors. Yeah, let me add a bit in there for you, man. Fake scoopers who make stuff up circulating and the real ones at the same time. So this is one noted in the receipts. And everyone that's seen this movie says the Sentry and the Void is freaking insane. And it's just something very different, like the person who allegedly watched it says it's not the generic cape shiz stuff. You know, because let's be honest, all these Marvel DC movies, unless you're talking about something like Invincibles or The Boys or something like that, they are getting pretty darn generic, pretty darn samey. Like if you've seen one of them, you've seen all of them. It actually seems like Marvel is cooking with this movie. Now, I know a lot of people are sleeping on it, but as of the time of recording this video, it's trending on Twitter or X.com. Not that it means a lot, but they really are cooking. There's so many cool action set pieces. And I think the main trailer, the most recent trailer, does avoid a lot. They're treating the Void like a god. Like with the dialogue, it's insane what they're saying in the dialogue. You think a god like me scared of you? Okay, I'm paraphrasing. You know me, I don't write notes, but something along them lines. So the Void versus the Dark Avengers, and obviously after this movie comes out, yeah, okay. There's no point in me not saying what I'm on about. Yeah, it's basically the Dark Avengers, okay? If it's not the Dark Avengers, then all the rumors are fake. But this is the only movie that I actually really want to see. Like, sure, I'll watch Fantastic Four, I'll watch Superman, I'll watch Jurassic World. But if I could take them all away and just watch one movie, it would have to be this movie. Now, I don't think there's going to be much connective tissue to Avengers Doomsday, but pretty much the whole cast via one member is in Doomsday. So maybe there's a post-credit scene that sets something up. It just looks like absolute fire. And Florence Pugh, who plays Yelana, actually did some of her own stunts. I don't know if technically she did this. She jumped off the building, obviously not the whole way, but she did jump off it. Pretty damn cool. So it's cool that Marvel are always looking to improve. And sure, you could say, oh, take these test screening with a pinch of salt. But let's be honest, there actually hasn't been any reports of bad test screenings for either Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four, has there? No. There's been multiple bad test screening reports for the Superman movie, not for Jurassic World. In fact, yeah, really, when I think about it, the Superman movie is the only one that's had bad test screenings. But apparently, that's got to be some kind of hater. Because if something, I mean, there was bad reports for the Marvels, and then that kind of financially flopped and was a bad movie. Bad test screening for Captain America 4, and then that flopped financially, and the story made literally no sense and was kind of trash. So does that mean they're cooking with this movie because there's no bad test screening? And does that mean the Fantastic Four movie's cooking? We will find out at some point in the future. So like always, guys, I'm so freaking hyped for the Thunderbolts. Really can't wait to see it. Go check it out. I never tell you to go check a movie out, but I want people to watch it because it looks absolutely freaking fire. So like always, guys, I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch ya later.